welcome back, class. Actually, welcome, class, to a new material, new class. Today we're going to be playing Space Marine. Space Marine is a third-person action game created by Relic Entertainment. It released back in 2011, so back when most of you were barely old enough to use a controller. And it's one of my favorite games. But the strange thing is, I've only played it once, which is rare for me. I usually replay games. So Space Marine 2 has been announced. It's going to come out soon, and I wanted to do a playthrough of this one. I think it's one of the underappreciated kind of action games. The problem I think it was is it came out when all these Gears of War and type games were coming out, and it wasn't appreciated as much as it should be. So buckle in. Have some fun. We're going to destroy some orcs, and I'll talk about it as we play through it. It also has one of the best multiplayers I've ever played, but back when it came out, my internet was so bad, I won't say what company I had, but it would cut out every half hour. I couldn't really play it that much. So maybe we'll see if there's still an online component too, where you can really customize your guy and stuff, and we'll start this. So I hope you... I played it a little bit. I'm going to start a new campaign. I'm going to do it on easy because I just, I kind of want to have fun with it. I know some of you will chirp me, but in a game where you're supposed to be this super powered, over-the-top guy, I think you almost should play on easy. So let's get it started. It came out, I played it on Xbox 360. I have the special edition sitting near me somewhere in a box. It came with a purity seal and everything like that. I actually don't have the disc anymore because I lent it to a friend and he never returned it, which is very disappointing, but that happens. So I'm playing it on PC. It's the only one I can find it backwards. Like, it wasn't backwards compatible on PS5 or anything, so I bought it on Steam, so hopefully you enjoy it. Try and do a lot shorter episodes so you can kind of just consume them as we go. I'm thinking maybe half an hour or something. And I'll be quiet and let you enjoy the cinematics.
Captain Titus, the Orks have massacred the Forge World's forces, and they have taken the planetary defense weapons.
Clever of the damned Orks. Keeps us off their backs while they loot the Titan war machines.
Brace for evasive maneuvers.
Pilot, report!
Starboard engine is dead, Sergeant. We are losing altitude.
Get the ship to safety. We'll find another way down.
Aye, Captain. Thunderhawk Lancer Jove returning to launch bay.
need to get to the surface to take out the gun battery. Or do you want to go home already, Sergeant?
Not before having a word or two with the Orks.
Is that wise, Captain? The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Try to keep up.
So in this game, you play as a Ultramarine, their reference they're kind of just the... At this time, they were kind of... sorry. At this time, in the timeline, they were kind of just the vanilla space marines that everyone kind of used. Or not used, but modeled and things like that. Since then, they've become far more fleshed out through the Horus Heresy series with the implement. They're more like the Roman legions. That's kind of what they're based off of. With the stuff like that. Oh, that was cool. The mention of the Codex Astartes jumps out. It's actually a thing. It's written by... I can't stun that thing. Stunned him, but I can't kill him. Written by the Primarch of the Ultramarines group. I don't know how to say his name. Gilman, something like that. And I was just pronouncing it. Essentially, it's a theory on warfare on how Space Marines should be utilized in every situation to try and cover. So not following the Codex Astartes is a big deal.
Get off my ship, Space Marine!
So you play as a guy named Captain Titus in this game. And it looks like he will be returning, which is awesome. He's voiced by Mark Strong. If you know who that is, he was in The Kingsman. What else did he do? He's been in a bunch. He was in Sunshine. Pretty prolific actor. He's not returning for the next one, unfortunately. I think he brings a good amount of gravitas. He was just awesome in this. And of course, I'm going to rotate the turret to destroy the ship. Orks are one of the most interesting battles, I think. In 40k, like that's a really war boss there. There's no reason, like this thing shouldn't be flying, but the Orks believe it can fly. They're really good scrappers and things like that. So they're fascinating. Playing against Orks in a Warhammer battle is hilarious because the amount of dice they use. If you've ever played the game, you literally have to play. You have to bring tons of dice. So one thing I don't do very often is play games with headphones on, but since I've streamed, I've started playing them with headphones. And I've realized how much of the audio design, and obviously it makes sense now, you miss in the music and things like that. Because I'm going to be honest, when I play on my PlayStation, I usually have my laptop open next to me and I'm watching something while I'm playing. That's just how my brain works. That's how I That's actually how I mark a lot of stuff too, is I have to have music or something playing. Or else
Captain Titus,
I
come
never
in.
get through it.
Damned Orks shot me off course. I've had no word from Leandros, but I'm picking up Vox chatter from Imperial Guard forces on the ground.
I scarcely thought anyone would be left alive, much less still fighting.
Heading towards the front lines now.
I will meet you there.
So this is one of those weird early games that there's no jumping, unless we find a jump pack later. Titus is actually pretty under-equipped for this mission. He only has a combat blade and a bolt pistol. Most Space Marines would, pretty good spectacle for a 360 game. Most Space Marines would be more equipped, but obviously it's a gameplay choice, so you can find new weapons. And there are tons of weapons you'll find. I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but oh, I just heard an orc. But I do like in this game how it mixed melee with. I still gotta get used to the reload button. It's right bumper. They mix melee with range combat really well. And one of the things this game professed to do is a lot of games previously you would. Oh, I think there's a collectible back here sometimes, but I picked it up in my other playthrough. A lot of times you have to take cover to shoot or to heal, and in this game it's all about killing the enemy and going forward and being aggressive to regain your health. I don't know if you noticed, but when I was stunning enemies, I recovered health. So these are drop pods, support drop pods, that give you weapons. And like I said, now we have a bolter. Okay? You can switch between them really quickly. And the bolter is kind of like the service weapon of the Space Marines. Okay? It shoots bolt rounds that actually have like propellant in them and stuff. Well, obviously every bullet has propellant in them, but they have like their own little like kind of engine that fires forward, and they're absolutely devastating. Like if you hit a unit with a bolt round, like if you hit them in the shoulder, their whole arm is damaged, things like that. They're incredibly strong.
Space Marines! The humans all alone! Shoot me again!
So one neat thing is that, as you can see, the game's not designed to really have cover like I was talking about. It's designed for you to be able to wade into these enemies and just do massive amounts of casualties. Because that's what the Space Marines are, right?
Destroy them!
They got no way out of there!
So it's an incredibly violent game, which is awesome. It fits 40k to a T. It is supposed to be violent, it is supposed to be dark. A lot of people sometimes miss the point of that. There is a lot of humor and like themes and stuff, but the content itself isn't that funny. There's very few comedic novels aside this game. Those series are meant to be humorous, which is kind of funny. Gonna get some ammo here. Side this game is about okay.
Are you wounded?
The Codex Astartes warns against using jump packs. To leap blindly into enemy fire, and for good reason.
Your days as a novice are behind you. Why do you still interpret the Codex so narrowly?
I look to its rules for guidance.
We all do. But there are also benefits to thinking for yourself, Titus.
So Leandros is a novice.
Enemy sighted!
Which means he was probably only recently raised from the scout platoons or scout squads, where they don't have access to full use of armor and stuff like that yet. If you watch Titus, he has 2 command studs on his head, and I believe they're silver, which I think, if I remember correctly, means he has served for at least 200 years. They're kind of like the things on his head, the 2 little studs.
Make for the defense cannon, Captain.
Yeah.
Sedonus picked up local Imperial Guard communications. They survived under the shadow of that gun. I want to know how.
And him talking about the Codex Astartes is going to be a theme throughout the game.
Keep firing! Keep
Okay,
firing!
so here we have Imperial Guard, or as they're known now, Astra Militarum. These are... Oh no! I didn't say... Those are the kind of base frontline units of the Imperial cannon fodder, if you will. Something I actually was going to, my first army would have been a Imperial Guard army. But I can't beat skin, so I decided to get
The Adeptus Astartes are here.
Let's get into it.
The Emperor's Angels of Death fight with us.
So there's a heavy bolter there that's absolutely obscene. Imperial Guard has to Malcolm. Take it past. Because they're not strong enough to fight. Space Marines will hold one in their hand and use it that way.
You have saved us.
Rise, Guardsmen. You saved yourselves. We thought you did.
We would be, my lord, if not for the lieutenant.
Where will we find this lieutenant?
At the front lines. Follow the trench network to the lieutenant's command bunker.
Carry on, Guardsmen. We rendezvous with Sedonus, then we find this lieutenant. We need updated intel on the gun battery.
So,
Through here, my lords. Head out the upper level and continue through the plaza. The
their
bunker is beyond.
reaction at seeing a Space Marine is understandable because Space Marines are kind of warriors of myth. To most people in the Imperium.
Remarkable. A few hundred against 1 million orcs, and they fight on.
Only in death. What?
There's that line again. Only
Get
in
off!
death.
My legs. I can't
So
feel my legs.
seeing a Space Marine would be almost a religious experience to the Guardsmen, because they're the angels of the Emperor, right? That's what they're called. So them taking a knee and calling them my lord, it's a big moment in their lives.
Captain, I'm in position at a broken monument near the guard lines.
So, I got something in my eye. I have read a bit about the Ultramarines. They're kind of like 40k timeline stuff. Wasn't that great? Like, I read their omnibus and stuff like that. Their Horus Heresy stuff is far better because you see where they come from and things like that. Alright, let's get into the fight.
Sergeant, I see you found something to keep you busy.
Worry not, Captain. I've saved some orcs for you. The orcs have got that gun well defended, no mistake. But typical orc behavior would be to dismantle or destroy the gun.
And certainly not use it to keep our forces at bay. There's a strategy behind it. Their leader is no fool.
This day is getting interesting.
I may have encountered the orc during the jump to the surface.
That was the orc ship I saw crash near here, I take it. Did he survive?
If the Horde hasn't turned on itself, it's still under his control.
Genetic scan complete.
Ooh, nice. So I got a chainsaw now.
Weapons authorization.
Which is nice, which is essentially what it sounds like. It's a, it's a chainsaw sword. Get into it. So yeah, the Horus Heresy stuff is way better. Giving insight to almost all Space Marine stuff, which is something Black Library, which is their publisher, is really working on a lot. So it's nice to see. So Orks, left to their own devices, are really unorganized, brutal, stupid kind of enemy, but they have so many numbers. They're actually made from a fungus, which I thought was weird. And essentially, they become a really big threat when they're constantly fighting, right? But if one orc fights enough and wins enough battles, they become what's known as a war boss, and they become big enough, and they actually become smarter, and can start organizing these assaults and stuff. And even an orc with a basic intelligence is a threat to these because of all the forces they control, essentially.
Target that squig!
Oh no. I hate games with exploding enemies. Always seems frustrating. Keep it going down here. Oh! I'm definitely gonna die to a couple of those during this playthrough. I just know I am. Anything that that's like a proximity explosion. It messes me up.
Yo, dropship!
So I'm not actually going to I'm not gonna like go collectible hunting or anything like that in this game. If I find something, I find something, but oh, it looks like I have grenades now. Love that. Whoa. One critique I would have of this game is the grenade throwing is like oversimplified. Really powerful, but oversimplified.
Dropship incoming!
Space Marines to kill!
I'm used to playing a game with a weapon wheel. My fault. More ammo around, nope. Get more grenades. No, I picked up grenades when I didn't have to.
Space Marines, thank you. We thought we were done for. Where is your commander, Guardsman?
Inside, but the door is sealed.
I believe they will let us through. Imperial Guard, we are Ultramarines. Open this door.
Space Marines.
So this kind
Word
of
from
like
the second recce. Another horde of the Greenskins are headed here from the south.
slow walk exposition. It was a staple of the 2000s, of the 2010s. Gears of War made it really famous. It's used to load stuff in.
Reinforce their position, hold the line, and
deliver important.
Aye, Lieutenant.
Thank the Emperor. 2nd Lieutenant Mira, 203rd Cadian Regiment.
Captain Titus, of the Ultramarines.
You are in command.
I'm all that's left, my lord. Unless my commanders rise from the grave. So far, they seem content to stay put.
Lieutenant, the scouts have returned to forward base.
How many?
2.
Damn. I sent out 10. That damn gun. We don't have the numbers to make an assault. And as you might have seen, it's shooting down all our support vessels.
That is why we are here. Leave the gun to us.
Come with me, then. I should warn you, my lords. We've got a slight orc problem down here.
Okay, I think that's a great time to stop this episode. So thanks for following. I'll talk about who the Cadians are and who she is next episode. Hopefully keep these a lot quicker and can have the views up. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for class number 1 of Space Marine from 2011. You're all dismissed.